Welcome, brother, to module 7, which we will talk about enjoying after sex, which is most of the time overlooked, and it's very important. Women love that we spend time with her after sex, and how to do it in the tantric way. Well, first of all, just a quick reminder that tantric sex is not about having sex like rabbits. It's not this quick non-stop penetration for an hour. So already during the tantric sexual experience, you can have meditative moments where you can go very emotional, or she can get very emotional, therapeutic ones, which means that we heal something within ourselves, within our psychology, and sometimes it's just beyond words. It's a mystical path in the end of the day. So we can have really mind-blowing and heart-opening and undescribable moments. So, or it could be catharsis. Sometimes it looks like horrible. Like your partner can have an amazing orgasm, which is followed by a huge 20 minutes session of crying. You can sometimes cry non-stop for a very long time, or you can have similar experiences. Catharsis is kind of breaking down, okay? So, because there's so much energy going into such good, correct places in our bodies that it cracks open something there. And this is totally fine. It's part of the healing procedure. So, be aware of these things. And sometimes after the sex, it's good to do some meditation and digest these kind of experiences. And it can be also deepening your connection very much with your partner. You can have amazing loving connection with your partner. So it's not like what you see on porn or erotic movies. So, and I will teach you some techniques, but just keep this simply in mind. You can just keep the connection, basically. You can cuddle her, you can hug each other, just sit down or lay and just look into each other's eyes for a while, for a few minutes. You don't have to be talking, and just holding hands and combining these things is a great idea. But there's also a certain position, Kama Sutra, which is called the case position. And this looks a little bit difficult to get into. I will explain you how to do it step by step. But this is an amazing position. When you're laying down in this position, you can just relax completely. If you can be still inside of her, even without big erection, that's totally fine. That's beautiful. You can just lay down completely. She can lay down as well, completely, like in this posture. She's kind of arching her back. She's not laying on the bed, but she can lay down and relax completely as well. And you guys can both feel a lot of energy going to your crown chakra, the top of the head, which is a very, very spiritual energy center. So this is the best way to digest a tantric experience for me. And that's why I'm teaching about it. So how to get into it? Well, in the middle of the way, or as a beginning, you can start with Yabyum. Yabyum is this famous Kama Sutra posture where it looks like this, like she's sitting on you and her legs are behind you. And it's also a great posture for sex as well. You can have sex in this position as well. Or you can come to this position in the beginning of the sex, just before penetration, or after penetration as well. Or, as I said, you're still penetrating her and you just kind of feel like, okay, it's going to end, we need a break or something like that. And you come to Yabyum first, and then first let her come down slowly. You can support her, holding her back, and then she's going to lay down slowly. You can hold her arms, her hands, and then she comes down first. She lays down. You make sure that she's comfortable, and then slowly you can also go back, still trying to hold the hands. Maybe sometimes it's not very possible, so that's okay. You can lose the hand contact, but try to keep it if you can, at least for a while. And then just lay down for 3-5 minutes, just like that. Just close your eyes. If you're inside of her, there's no erection, that's perfect, that's very lovely, and the energy circulation will still be there. You're still kind of having sex in a very, very different way, and that will give you a very interesting experience, basically, and she might love it also very much. So, and if you don't want to do this, you can just basically still in the missionary pose, you can lay on her if you're not too heavy, or maybe you can rest your body on your elbows and also let her hands come next to her head, and you can kind of hold each other's hands like this on two sides of your heads. You can put your head next to her, you can put your forehead together. Just stay there. You can just close your eyes and feel the energy flow. You're still inside of her, you're resting on her, you have hand contact. Your palms should be touching each other, by the way. It's very important. In the case pose or in this posture, like any kind of energy circulation will be much better if both of your palms are touching each other, not like this. The palms should be touching each other because we have energy windows in our palms, so the energy will circulate better. Okay, so whatever position, case posture ideally is better, but if not, just close your eyes, have the contact through the hands, or that's not even necessary too, it's not obligatory. Just close your eyes and focus on your crown chakra, your head, top of your head. Let the energy move there. Let the energy move gently. Just stay inside of her and don't worry about your erection. All right? If you prefer to stay alone instead of this practice, you can just come out of bed. If you have a yoga mat or something like that, you can do some sublimation techniques, or you can do some standing sublimation techniques. And there's a very, very strong one I'm going to teach you. You can just do those kind of things. You don't have to be together. Sometimes it's good if you feel like you just want to stay away for a while. You're not going to sleep. You're not going to run away from her. You can spend a few minutes with her, or you can just tell her, I need my space a little bit. I need to be in my space, or I need to do this practice, or I just want to do a meditation. Or I just want to sit there somewhere on the other side of the bed where you don't have contact anymore. That's very polarizing her. Sometimes we are too much, especially the woman wanted a lot from us, that to be in contact all the time, to loving, hugging, embracing. Sometimes it's great, but if it's always like that, it will kill the polarity. So sometimes you need your space. You don't have to be together all the time. This doesn't mean that you have to just sleep and just forget about everything. You can still enjoy after sex in different ways. So polarity, according to Tantra, is an energy exchange. Always try to remember this. Maybe you're not feeling the energy, that's fine, but you can try to develop this awareness. It will benefit you a lot. So the basic polarity in Tantra is between energy and spirituality. By the way, energy is more feminine and spirituality and consciousness is more masculine. In the Indian way, they are called Shiva and Shakti. Okay? Shiva is the man who is conscious, and Shakti is the woman with a lot of energy who's going on all directions and going with the flow. So you can develop your leading skills like in tango or other Latin dances, where usually, not always, but usually men is leading and women love to be led. So you can develop these kind of skills. You can learn how to do tango or other Latin dances like salsa. And this is a perfect metaphor for Shiva and Shakti basically. And being the Shiva is also developing your spirituality. If you want to be more tantric, more attractive to your goddess, you need to be like God. And in this way, it means work on your spirituality, grow as a spiritual man. And transfiguration is a very, very beautiful and lovely practice. It's also the goal. Why is the goal? Because seeing yourself as the god and seeing her as the goddess is kind of transfiguring yourselves. And when you look at this word, figuration is like figures, you know, like I am Fatih and she's Mary, you know, like whatever your name is, we are identified with our limited beings, right? You know, I am this person, I am this man. But trans means to transcend. And you can transcend yourself and your partner and see the divine in both of yourself and her. You are not just this man. You are not just this person. You are the divine. You are God. You are like, if you go more into this culture, you can see, oh, I am like Zeus. I'm like a Greek god. Or I am like Krishna, like an Indian god. Or I can see her as the Kali, or Maya, or Kirke, you know, like there are different goddesses. So, or Tara, you know, like you can see her as a divine entity as you see yourself. So this is very transformative, that you can practice this as well. But the basic thing is to be having a strong presence, just beingness. Okay? Of course, this can be developed by doing a lot of meditation, a lot of Kundalini yoga and sublimation of your sexual energy. And over the time, you can develop some strength in your higher chakras. Okay, of course, we know that six packs is sexy. A fit body is sexy for a woman. Or becoming very stylish. Or learning how to flirt in an excellent way. Or being very strong with your willpower. Doing some crazy things that other people are scared to do. Being very brave to do some things. These are very sexy as well. But these are qualities on the lower energy centers, lower chakras. Having an amazing heart, loving unconditionally, being very friendly, or having certain creativity or intuition or very strong mind and genius of the mind, or a very spiritual developed feeling and strong meditations. These things are also very sexy. Maybe it's not in your culture, but in the tantric culture, they are very attractive for women. Maybe she's not even into this culture, but still, if you are very present with her, and this is the king archetype, by the way, if you're just being with her in a very strong way, she will get turned on. Okay? So these are different qualities coming from the higher energy centers. You will become very precious if you go into this direction. So transfiguration is the tool and the goal. So the goal is to see and become this godlike man of who you are. You become a godlike man. And also there is technique, which is you just sit face to face with her. You just look into her eyes. It's an eye gazing technique most of the time. You can just hold your hands with each other, let the palms touch each other, and energy circulate between you and her. And you just sit down. There's nobody to disturb you. Your phones are off. It's like a certain ritual, and you just be with her. Doesn't have to lead to a sex. You're just sitting with her. You can be fully dressed. You can put on some nice incense candle, nice music on the background. Make it really like a ritual. Women will love these things. And just look into her eyes. And when you look into her eyes, if you look very deep, like a penetrative gaze, and don't blink, don't wink, or do it very, very rare, she will really love it. That you will become a Shiva, and she will become a goddess in front of you. Not every woman become a goddess in front of every man, but if you go into this energy, it's like an archetype. It's there in the universe. It's there in the cosmos. It just is waiting for you to step into that role. Okay? You just claim, I am Shiva. I am the god. And I am going to polarize this woman in this way. And I see her goddessness. And you are the leader here. Again, you're like doing a tango dance. You are doing the Tantric Transfiguration. And then you can offer these things to her, of course. They will love it. And this experience can change everything, because you are seeing that you are not just limited with yourself. And this is kind of really starting to bring spirituality into your sexuality. Maybe you feel like, why do I have to do this? It's not so important. I just want to fuck well. I just want to fuck her better. That's fine. But sooner or later, if you go in a deep relationship, after a couple of years, things start getting boring. Okay? So this can be a very juicy way to open up your relationship, open up the different levels of presence and intuition and deep experiences. And it can also be very transformative, as I said. So try to feel some sensations on the top of your head when you do that, or in your heart, in your chest area. If not, again, that's fine. And you can integrate this practice in the middle of your sex as well. You can do it during the sex. You can just look into your eyes. You can have amazing eye contact during sex. And then this can blow your mind. This can blow her mind. This can open your heart in a very, very interesting way. And this can help you a lot with your intimacy. You can have a very, very strong love. Maybe you want her to fall in love with you. Maybe she will, if you are so present with her, because you are not hiding anything. Okay, we are not taught these things in our culture, but just try it. Just give it do an experiment with that. And always remember you are precious. This will really change, this kind of attitude will also change your flirting, your dating life as well. You will have a certain self-confidence. When you think that you are God, you can go and flirt with any woman, you know? And you can always say, okay, they love me for who I am. Like the Brazilian or Italian men, I'm hearing that they are usually having this mindset, oh, I just have a dick and that's enough. They love me. They want to fuck with me. Okay? So you can have this mindset. It's a good start. And this will help you transform your inner game very much when you're dating with women or flirting with them. So homework for this module is start one or more of these practices. Go to a Latin dance class. Learn how to do Latin dance. It could be any of them. Tango, salsa, there are many different variations of that. Meditation. Integrate meditation into your life. Do a 10-minute, 20 minutes meditation. It doesn't have to be a sitting meditation, by the way. It can be an active meditation. While you're screaming, dancing, shouting, there are many different variations of active meditations. If it's difficult for you to sit down and just be silent and calm, okay? And try to have a weekly transfiguration session with your partner, or if you don't have a partner, it could be a female friend. It could be just a beautiful game, by the way. It could be just a nice opportunity to invite a girl that you like to explore some time and space together. Maybe she will be attracted to you so much after this when you do the transfiguration, because it's so sexy. Just think about it. You're fully on clothes. You are not touching her except hands. Or maybe she will accept that, oh, I don't want to touch your hands. Maybe you can just sit and no contact at all. Just look into your eyes. Forget about everything. Tell her, we're going to do a meditation together. We're just going to meditate. I'm just going to put on this candle and the music. I'm just going to look into each other's eyes for 5-10 minutes. No talking. And then tell me how you feel. So this can be very beneficial for you to develop your general tantric masculinity, so you know how to work with a woman, how to be with a woman in a spiritual and energetic way. All right? I'll see you in the next module.